Alright, hello everybody. This is going to be a tier list for Season 15 of Overwatch. Yo, what's up, Mango? Perfect timing. I'm going to be making a tier list for Season 15 of Overwatch. Before we get started, I just want to give my caveats. Obviously, I'm biased. I am a Doomfist one-trick. Oh, I don't have Capture Cursor on. I am a Doomfist one-trick. And I am in Diamond. So, capture cursor. There it is. Got it. You've never seen or played Overwatch? Ooh, that's a fun game. This is probably not going to make much sense to you then. But we'll try. Hope you're having a good night. You doing all right? Okay. But yeah, so this is going to be my personal feelings on which characters are good, which characters are bad, and which are in between. Based on my experience, mostly in ranked, some of it in quick play, and being a Doomfist one-trick. So, I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired, but I know I gotta get this out. So, we'll push on through. Let's see how it goes. So let's start off with the tanks after I make the posts. Gotta post on Discord and on Twitter. All right. And there we are. Okay. First up, D.Va. D.Va's not bad right now. She can do a lot of damage. She's pretty annoying if you get a good D.Va. But she's not overpowered. Oh, yeah, I saw you redeem some coins. So I got worried because I have to close crowd control after every stream, and I hope that you get to keep stocking them up even though I close it out. So that's good. But yeah, D.Va, I feel like D.Va's just in a meh spot. She's not horrible, but she also gets run over by a lot of the tanks that are really good right now. So I think just B, solid B, not offensive. Yeah, they save. Oh, good. Okay, Doomfist, my main. I think Doom's really good right now. I think he has. Oh, no worries. Chat as much as you want. I like talking to people. Doomfist, I think he's really good right now. A lot of his perks really help with the things that he was struggling with. And, ooh, it's so good. I don't think he's S tier quite there, but he's high A tier easily. He's really good right now. You get a good Doomfist. Ooh. You really have to like counter him. And also now, because of his new perks, he can play around his counters a lot better. Like I've noticed, once I get my second perk, if I take the blocking perk, Orisa just isn't really that much of a problem anymore because her javelin, you can use your block against her javelin. And it's like, and then plus the extra added health from the first perk or the extra added damage from the first perk, like he's just in a good spot. So solid A. Hazard. Hazard's a tough one for me because again, this is Diamond. We're doing this for, Diamond. That's the whole caveat, is this is my experience in Diamond. And I feel like I've hit a couple hazards that are like really, really good. It's like tough. They can do a lot of damage. They can really mess up other tanks. They're jumping around. But I feel like people in Diamond just haven't figured him out yet. So I'm going to put him in like low A. He's going to be low A. And I kind of want to put him in B almost. So it's somewhere in between here. I might move Hazard, but I feel like he has potential to be even higher right now. Queen, easy A. Queen's so good right now. She's very hard to kill. I feel like the only reason she's not an S, again, is she's being gatekept by one of the other tanks. If that wasn't the case, she'd be basically unkillable, easy S tier constantly. Mauga. When the season first started, I thought Mauga was really bad. You turned on airplane mode again? Oops. I thought Mauga was really bad. I thought he was a really big problem. I thought he was like really good and it was Mauga meta again. But I think that was just the first couple days of the season, and now that the season started, you know, people are learning how to play against Mauga again. He wasn't that bad. I think he's still good, so I'll put him above, put him right below Hazard, maybe even B, honestly. Like, sometimes you get a Mauga, and like, if your supports don't swap, if you don't get Ana Zen or some combination, it can be really tough. But I'll put him in B. I'll put him in B for now. Orisa. I don't think Orisa's very good. I think Orisa's bad. And I'm okay with that. I'm really happy with Orisa being in like low B, high C. Especially now, because I feel like she's less annoying to play against even. Even if she was better, because she has the shield again, she's not just shoving you into a corner and being super annoying. And she has more of a skill shot. I think Orisa's in a good spot being down here. I think even if she was slightly better, it would be okay. But I would much prefer her be on the weaker side, because the character is just annoying to play against. Ramattra. Ramatra's pretty good. I put Ramattra in A. Ramattra can do a lot of damage, and I think his healing... I know a lot of people go for... Let's check out his perks. Let me bring this over. Okay, so a lot of people go for Ramatra's... they do the Vengeful Vortex because it does a lot of extra damage. But if you do Nanite Repair, 50 health per second is a lot. And I guess it's map dependent, and like you don't want to play against an Orisa or Doom that can punch you out of it, but like they can really do a lot, and he has a lot of options too. Plus the Void Surge does a lot of damage. It puts him in a pretty good spot. I think he's another one that's just being gatekept by one of the tanks. Marshmallows. Dude, you know what I've been eating? I've been on a kiwi kick. I'm telling everybody about it. I've been trying to eat at least one kiwi a day, and you just eat them with the skin on, and oh my gosh, my energy levels are through the roof. It's been fantastic. And the first like 2 days, I kind of didn't like them. They were like, eh. But now my brain is like Pavloved itself because I'm feeling better to like crave kiwis. I need more kiwis. So you should try that out for sure. Rhine. You love kiwi? Hell yeah. Rhine, I think, is in a similar spot to Diva. He's like, maybe even worse. Probably worse. Because I feel like in Diamond... I feel like with Rhine in Diamond, you need other people to play around you. Like, there's a certain playstyle that's really good, where Rhines are really aggressive. They're in your face. They're constantly pinning into corners and, like, cutting people off. But that playstyle is really hard in Diamond, because sometimes you'll get supports that, like, you'll have an Ana and Lucio, right? And then you'll have a Venture on the enemy team, or a Genji, or one Tracer. And that one Tracer pushes them, and then both supports fall back, one of the DPS falls back, and then your Rhine's just out there in the open. And in that scenario, he's really bad. So I feel like if I was higher ranked in some of the higher lobbies where people really know how to play, they don't fold into a dive comp, they really know how to play with Lucio speed boost and things like that, then I think Rhine would be A. Especially with who's arguably the best tank right now. So I feel bad because he has potential. I just can't make use of it. Hog's in a weird spot, especially for me, because I'm obviously a Doomfist player. Hog counters Doom, and his hook goes through my block, so even with the perk, it doesn't help. But at the same time, he didn't get as much use out of perks as a lot of the other characters. and he's much easier to kill now. He doesn't live forever. He doesn't one-shot people as much. So I want to put him higher up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put him down in C tier. I just don't think he's very good. And again, with Orisa, I'm glad, because I have my bias. I know a lot of people like Hog. I don't. I think that I don't like that character, but that's where I think he's at right now. So Sigma. Sigma's really good, honestly. I know Sigma has a lot of difficulties on... Oh, what the hell did I do? He's gone. Sigma has a lot of difficulties on close range maps, and he excels really well on long range maps. And I feel like his perk, that would be this one, Hyper Strike, where every 5 direct hits you quick melee, it levitates and knocks them away. I feel like that can be really good and kind of overcome that barrier. Plus, I mean, that's if you're feeling really scared, but on most maps, levitation is so good. Like, having a Sigma on high ground, like, I was playing Sigma, and I was pushing first point on Rialto, and I crossed the bridge, and I just floated up to the high ground, and I pushed out a Sojourn and a Mercy. And, like, he did not have that option anymore. Like, that was not possible unless you were going crazy and doing rock jumps, which I think you can do across that gap. But even then, it's like you have to go around. And so this is crazy. I think he's really good. I think he's slept on. I don't think a lot of people can play with Sigma as well in Diamond, but I think he's very good. He's a really good character right now, and I think he's slept on. I feel like we should be seeing more. Player lagging and floating with the T-pose. Yeah, Sigma's a funny boy. He floats around. Does little gravity things. Winston. This is another character. I feel like it has potential, but like every time I play against a Winston, I don't feel any pressure. I don't think people can utilize him well enough in Diamond. So he's just like middle of the pack, maybe like high B, low A. He's not bad, but like, you know? I'll probably put him in high B, because I think he's better than Diva, but I don't think he's as good as these other ones. He might be as good as Ramatra. Okay, I'll put him next to Ramatra. These two are similar for different comps. I feel like I'm being too generous. Ball is another one I feel like is really good. Balls just don't die, and now they do a lot of damage, and they have a lot more stuff. B+ type. Ball is really good. I would put Ball just below Queen. Ball is a character that I also struggle against, because in Diamond, you're playing, and a ball will run into your backline, just like I was talking about. And 50% of the time, your backline will sleep, push them away, be fine, and then keep engaging and doing stuff. And then the other half of the time, they're just going to get pushed back, and then you're fighting 2-on-4 in the front, and ball is like already gone, and your team is in shambles in the backfield. And like, I feel like more often than not when I'm playing against a ball, it's a really tough game. So I think solid A. He's probably better than Doomfist, but I'm biased. So here's my bias showing. Zarya, easy S tier. Zarya's amazing right now. Her perks, jump ups, same thing with Sigma. Zarya can just get up there and contest high ground where she never could before, and like she can just push people off. I see some people use Graviton Surge, but not really as much. And then this one, her beam piercing enemies is insane. I didn't think so. I did my season 15 patch notes where I went over every single perk. You guys can go check that video down if you want it. But I didn't think it was that good. But I didn't realize like just how often she's doing so much damage to multiple people at the same time. So Zarya just will get charged, and she will just steamroll people. It is rough. Like, so this is why I don't have Diva any higher. I don't have Hazard any higher. I don't have Queen any higher. I don't have Sig any higher, because Zarya just destroys all of these characters. And then like Rein, you would think, since Zarya is, the number one, a lot of people would be playing Rein, but like that just goes to show you like how people don't know how to play Rein in Diamond against the Zarya. Like, it just doesn't happen. So yeah, Zarya's fantastic right now. And then we didn't even talk about this one, because this one's also good. If you get a good dive team, Zarya can help that even more. But like, man, most of my games are against Zarya, and it's hella annoying, and she's always charged, and she's steamrolling. So, okay, Ashe. Ashe is really good. In Diamond, Ashe is very good. I'll put her in A. Put her above, probably right here, yeah. Maybe even above Sigma. In this area. She's easy A. She's a big winner. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. So this one I think is a little bit underrated. I mean, both of these just make it to where she has more uptime firing and more damage. And then her major perks. Coach Gun pushes ass and enemies 20% farther. This makes it so much harder for characters to actually hunt her down. It's hard to kill an Ashe. She's just tough to deal with. So I think she's really good right now. Bastion's really good too. Not quite as good as Ashe. Put him like low, like high B, I think. Get over there. Thank you. High B tier. He's good. His healing is funny. He can live forever. He can still do a lot of damage. He's not quite a A tier yet, and I think it's probably because Zarya, Sigma, Queen are so good. Doom and Ball. Like, if these guys weren't the meta, then I would definitely consider putting him higher. But as of right now, yeah. And I think I am. I'm going to move Hazard, Ramattra, and Winston down. Yeah, I like this more. These three, they're just, yeah, solid B, I think. Okay, Cassidy. Cassidy's okay. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good time. How's the music? Everything sound good? Not too loud, not too quiet? Cassidy. Cassidy's pretty good. He's not oppressive. I mean, B. Kind of similar to Bastion. Maybe a little better. Nothing crazy. Echo. Echo's another weird one where it's like you get a good Echo and they can go ham, but like the majority of times I get an Echo in Diamond, they're just meh. It's like super hit or miss. So I'll hit. I kind of want to put him in C tier, honestly. She's just not super great right now. Again, the Echo is hard though, because I feel like this is like the average performance, but then you get the one Echo with the Mercy Pocket who's like fantastic and just assassinates your backline every time. Those people are crazy. So those aside, I'll leave them in C. So C with like an asterisk. Okay, Genji. B. Sometimes similar to Echo, but like more consistent. I don't think he did great with his perks. What does he have? Like, this one's nice, regenerating health. He can dive a little longer. This one's eh. Dragon Blade is kind of nice, but it's still, there's so many ults in the game, and people know how to counter Dragon Blade. It's just not enough. So he's just kind of B. You don't see too many Genjis take over the lobby, but you don't see too many that are doing horrible. You know, pretty average. Average Genji. Hanzo. I think Hanzo's bad. I like never see Hanzo's. He's just... I mean, it's... Alright, Mango. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Hope you have a good night. And I will be streaming again tomorrow. So, take care. Bye. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get a good Hanzo, and Hanzo can put out a lot of damage. He just doesn't have as much survivability as a lot of the other characters. And, yeah, for sure. I'll see you around, Mango. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm underrating Hanzo, but I just haven't seen him perform yet. Junkrat. Junkrat's bad. He's not good. Most of the time, people aren't accurate enough in Diamond to get damage. And then they don't use his traps well enough. He's kind of just like a stage hazard. Might even put him in D. He's not good. His Riptire perk, where it goes faster, Nitro Boost, it reduces Riptire's damage by 50%. I don't even see this be used. Like, I feel like people wouldn't want either of these. They're kind of just both terrible. Poor Junkrat. I think I have to put Junkrat in D. He's just not good. Yeah. Mei. Mei's pretty good. Mei is up here. I'll put Mei in A. And I think it's because of the meta. Mei is really good against Zarya. Like, I feel like the games where I'm fighting a Zarya and I'm having a tough time, when my team switches to a Mei, things get drastically easier. She has this, you know, what were her perks? Let's look at those again. She does, she can do more damage while she's healing. She can do damage from farther away. This one's but increasing Ice Wall's duration is huge. She's good. She's good. That's plain and simple. She's hard to deal with, and she like gatekeeps a lot of the characters. So like, you're not going to play Diva into her. She helps a lot against Mauga. You're not going to play Ryan into her. Hog. Even Zarya has a hard time. Sigma has some stuff to deal with it on certain maps. Queen has a hard time. The only ones who are really like not too bad are Doomfist and Ball, and even then you're like not interacting with her. So solid A tier for me. Pharah. Okay, Pharah has potential. I like this character. I freaking love running around and moving while Barrage is active. I think it's awesome. And I think that adds so much to her character. And I think having extra fuel for it is cool. And inverting people is okay, not as useful. But you just don't... I think she's very good if it weren't for characters like Ashe right now. If Ashe was in a worse spot, I think Pharah would be dominating lower lobbies like Diamond. But she's just not. She's good, but not there yet. I'll put her in B. Solid B tier. B tier with a lot of potential. Reaper. Reaper's kind of I've probably put Reaper in C. Like, a lot of the tanks that you would use Reaper against aren't being used right now. And since Zarya is like top dog, you just don't get much use out of it. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I thought Reaper was like the pick, but that's when I thought Mauga meta was here, you know? But since Mauga shuffled out, thank God, Hog isn't really being played as much, Orisa's not being played as much, Ryan's not being played as much. Winston is like the one pick. Winston and Ramatra are the two picks where I'm like, okay, I can kind of see it. But you just don't see that as often as you see Queen, Ball, and especially Zarya. So Reaper's C tier just because of the meta. Sojourn. Sojourn's fucking amazing right now. Oh, I cannot tell you how many games I play where there's not a Sojourn. It's like 0. There's a Sojourn every single game. Most of the time, it's a Sojourn on both sides. Because this character is freaking killing everybody. She has extra slides, so she's extra hard to dive. Her maximum energy... This is a minor perk, by the way. She can one-shot people after a minor perk when she's ulting. And she gets extra damage from this, extra damage from the other thing. She's really hard to kill. She one-shots everything. She's constantly pocketed. And she's everywhere. She's just fantastic right now. Soldier. I think Soldier's kind of in Genji's area. He's okay. He's not bad. You don't usually get a Soldier taking over the lobby. Like why would you play Soldier when you can play Sojourn and one-shot people, Ashe and two-shot people, and control and have, you know, pushback for Ashe and have tons of mobility with Sojourn? He's not as good as the other hit scans right now. So B, I'd probably put him worse than Cassidy. Definitely worse than Genji too. I don't think he's as bad as Reaper though, so let's keep him in B tier. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Sombra. Here's another one where my Doom bias kicks in. I think Sombra's pretty good right now. I think Sombra's helpful against all the characters that are really good. You know, Ball, Doom, Zarya, Sigma. Sombra can do a lot of work. Is she as good as Mei? No. But I think she's better than Pharah. So I think we'll put Sombra in B. Most of the time you get a lobby where there's a good Sombra. She's hard to kill. She's constantly hacking and just making life hard. So solid B. Symmetra. I don't even see this character. This character is not used in Diamond, I swear. Which is, I think, a shame. I think her gameplay of like teleporting behind an enemy and, you know, bouncing back and forth is really fun. But you just don't see it, which is really unfortunate. I think she's bad. Put her in either D. She's probably on the same level as Junkrat, honestly. Like, all the characters that you would use her against aren't being played. Except for maybe Sigma. And even then, like, you're not going to go against the Sigma as a Symmetra on the good Sigma maps. You're just not. So, she's just bad. She's just bad. The only way this character can be good is if their comp is like perfectly set up for it and it's the perfect map. So D tier for Symmetra. Okay, Torbjorn. Torbjorn's also really good. Easy S tier. He is all of his perks are, this perk is hilarious, but all the other ones are fantastic. Getting extra health, or getting extra ammo when he gets health, upgrading to a level 3 turret. That turret is terrifying. And then putting it up to walls and ceilings. There's so many spots where like I feel safe, but I'm still taking damage, and I have to like calm down, look around, and be like, oh, I'm getting shot by this, and that actually gets me killed, because then it stops your healing perk. Because, you know, if you sit there for, 5 seconds as a tank, you get healing. 2.5 seconds as a support, you start self-healing. Like, his turrets can really disrupt that. And he's good. He's hard to kill, too. Like, when he pops his overload, he gets a lot of ammo and health and armor. And the armor's hard to punch through, man. Torbjorn's really good. He was already good before the perks, too. Like, I feel like most of the time when I'm playing Doom, I can't kill this character unless I have help, or he's already used his overload. So S tier for Torb. Tracer. This is another one where I feel like most people are going to put Tracer in S, but I'm doing this specifically for my experience in Diamond, and you just don't see that many good Tracers. So I'll put her in A. I think she has a ton of potential, but you just don't see people using it as much. But this character probably is super broken, and people are going to figure it out soon. So once the Diamond skill level gets up a little bit, Tracer's off to the races. Venture, I feel like Venture's slept on. I think Venture's actually secretly good. And I don't think anybody's going to agree with this pick, but I'm going to put Venture in A. I think Venture's great right now. She has increased range, so she's more useful on a lot of the perks, on a lot of the maps that she was like horrible with before. If you are playing a close range map and you take this one, she can actually get in close and not die. So you do her combo. You shift, shoot, melee again, and she gets so much health back, and then you dig out and she can actually do a lot. But you don't see people play her. I just personally think that she has a lot of potential and she's underrated right now. And I think a lot of people should be playing Venture more. I think it's just they don't understand the get in, get out nature of Venture, and they use both cooldowns to attack and get in. It's kind of like Doomfist, where you have to one in, one out, one in, one out, kind of. And then even with that, with her, if you take this minor perk, Excavation Exhilaration, then when you have your ult, you can use 2 to get in. You use 2, pop your ult, you have them back again, you use them to get out. So I think this character's super underrated. I hope they're played more, because I think they're good. Widowmaker is B. I mean, she's pretty good. I'm hesitant to put her any higher than B, though, because Doomfist is good, Ball is good, Tracer's good. So it's like... And Sombra's good right now. So she has a lot of counters, but... It's the Widowmaker problem. You get a good Widowmaker, and, like, they just take over the lobby. And then, you know... I feel like it puts so much stress on me when I'm playing Doomfist, where like, okay, I can kind of take out the Zen, I can look at the Ashe, I can look at the Ana. Oh shoot, Widow just took out my whole backline from their spawn. So now I have to change my playstyle, and I have to use cooldowns to get all the way deep to Widow. And by doing that, I'm giving up so much space for their tank, and like, it puts me in a bad spot. So she's good. She's not overpowered right now, but I don't want to put her any higher than this. So there's Widow. Okay, on to support. Ana, easy S tier. Ana's so good right now. All of her perks are fantastic. She does good damage. She does good healing. She has good utility. She has everything going for her. Ana players are killing it right now. The only problem is Zarya's meta. So I'm kind of tempted just to put her in A, high A, just because of Zarya. Zarya's just gatekeeping everything. But she's very good. She's somewhere in between here, and I'll probably keep her in S tier. But she's very, very good right now. Baptiste. I think Baptiste is slept on right now. I think he's better than people are showing. He has a lot of potential, but it seems like nobody's playing him. And I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's just because Sombra's good. Sombra and Ball kind of mess up Bap. And Doomfist, I guess. I'll put him in B, but I don't feel good about it. I feel like he's better than this. It's just, I don't think people have figured it out yet. Brig's okay. this is Diamond, so people don't know how to play it as well. A lot of the times you'll see Brigs either pushed way too far forward or like not with your Ana, or they're playing Brig with like a Mercy or Brig with a like an Alari or a Lucio. A Lucio could be okay, I guess, but like it's just not great. So I think Brig is kind of in the same spot as Bap, where he's just not, I don't know. They're just not as good. Like, if you get a good Brig and they're paired with a good Ana, things can go well. But you just don't get that in Diamond. You just don't. It doesn't happen. Alari. Alari's not bad. Where do I want to put Alari? Honestly, she's better than Soldier. Probably better than Genji. I'll put her in high B tier. She's another one of those ones where like you have to have the right support comp for her in Diamond. And like it can make things pretty tough. So if you have an Alari with a Juno or an Alari with an Ana, Alari with the Life Weaver, like, ooh, that's good stuff. But most of the time you get Alari with Zen, Alari with Moira, Alari with Mercy, even Kiriko. It's like, it's tough. And this is me being a tank main being like, man, like I don't get much heals. I just don't when this character is like main played. And so, yeah. She does a decent amount of damage still. She can still put out healing. I feel like she's also getting dove constantly. So, solid B. Could be better. I think I'm undecided on Alari as well. I feel like Alari, Bap, Brig, I just don't see enough of those characters in the meta right now till I give a full formed opinion. And my hunch is that they're better than people are giving them credit for, especially these two. But performance-wise, I have to put Alari above them. Because when I do get an Alari, it's better than when I get Bap or Brig. Juno. I think Juno's really good right now. Yeah, Juno's an easy A. Has so much mobility. She helps people get in and out. She has a lot of healing output. She can do pretty good damage up close. She's hard to kill. A lot of utility. Really good character. I feel like Junos are in the majority of the games. And then works really well with Ana as well. Works really well with a lot of these characters that are up at the top. You know, you have a Juno boosting in a Zarya. Juno boosting in or speeding out an Ashe. Speeding in a Zarya. Speeding in a Torbjorn. Speeding out a Torbjorn. Like, she works really well. She's really good right now. Kiriko. I feel like Kiriko's high B. I don't think Kiriko's as good as Juno right now. She's good. I think she's good. I think if people had better aim and game sense, Kiriko is probably broken. I would say, my guess is above Masters, people are probably complaining about Kiriko. But down here, it's She doesn't put out enough healing. She does good damage if you can hit stuff. But like, you're just getting run down by Zarya or shot across the map by Ashe or Sojourn. Kiriko's hard against Torbjorn. She can't really do much to him. So she's being gatekept. But I think she was a big winner with perks. Her, let's see. This one's just so good. Swift Step can be using again. So my dream is to have a Kiriko as Doomfist, and I'm fighting. Kiriko just pops, just teleports to me. Suzu's heals me, gets out, and then I have, you know, that much more, finish off the kill, and then I can get out too. But you just don't see it very much. You don't. It's sad. Lifeweaver. I feel like Lifeweaver's pretty good. He's probably in a better spot than he has been in a long time. He's very hard to kill because of his like constant 10 health per second. And then he has a little bit of extra damage. I don't know. I need to put him lower, honestly. Because he's not as good as Kiriko. I think he is useful, though. It's nice because you can pull people away from Zarya. You can pull people out of her ult. You can get people out of the way. He's just not as good. He's solid, though. He's solid. Lucio. I feel like Lucio is amazing, but not in Diamond. I feel like this character is awesome, but not in Diamond. And in Diamond, it's just not good. Lucio's just not good. Like, most of the time you get a Lucio, you're gonna have a bad time. Sometimes Lucios can play well with Zarya, and then like that shit gets going. So I'll probably put him above Brig and Bap, probably above some of these other characters, but I can't put him any higher than this. Cause like, this is Diamond. People just don't know how to use Lucio. They don't. All right. So, next we have Mercy. This is probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but I think Mercy's really good. I think Mercy's really, really good right now because Sojourn's good, because Ashe is good. Like, I swear, like I was saying earlier, most of my games have a Sojourn on both sides, and most of the games have a Mercy on both sides, just pocketing the shit out of them. And then she gets her range increased by 30%, and then if you and then most people do double damage boosting, and you get a Mercy with an Ashe with a Sojourn. They're both damage boosted on high ground, and you're just gonna have a bad time. It's just rough. It's so difficult to like take these out. I feel like the only two who are really equipped with it to be able to do this, the only three are like definitely Zarya can do it because she has the ability to get up to high ground. Sigma, and then Ball. Ball can kind of knock them out. But like these three are just so good right now. Like, it's tough. It's every single game you're going to be facing them. So I think that's kind of why Sombra's been good, because Sombra can go around, hack the Mercy, and kind of break up the backline, and that helps. But yeah, Mercy's good. Moira's not bad right now. She actually puts out a lot of healing and a lot of damage, and she has good survivability. I feel like she's somewhere in this area, similar to Alari. Not bad. Not great. Perfect spot for Moira. Just keep her there. This is great. Zen. Zen is sneaky good right now. His little float is hilarious and actually helps a lot with his survivability. His kick can help a little bit, but it's not as good as the double jump. He can do a lot of extra damage with this, and he's kind of oppressive too. I feel like he's up here with these two. He's probably better than Kiriko, so I'd put him right here. Either low A, high B. Because Zen is another one where you get a lot of games with Zen, and like, it's just tough. You can't jump on him either. So yeah, I think this is our tier list. We got a good bell curve. Overall, this has been a pretty fun meta so far. It's been really, really dynamic. A lot of these characters, for me, like I said, I mentioned with Mauga, like at first I thought they were really good, and then now I think they're not as good. Let's switch that music. Some good ending music. Sure. Yeah, it's been really interesting to see how the meta has been shifting with the introduction of perks. Like a lot of characters really... Oh, I did that. Normal view. A lot of characters really have been just testing out and figuring out like who goes where and what like that. So the beginning of the season, we saw a lot of Mauga, a lot of Ryan, a lot of Hog, a lot of Orisa. But then people figured out Zarya's busted, and now it's just only Zarya. So, yeah, it's been fun, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not done yet. Even before any changes, which I think there's a patch coming up, either this week or next week, I'm going to guess even before any changes, some of this stuff is going to change. That's my guess. So I think people are going to figure out another busted thing. And my guess would be Bap, honestly. I think Bap's sneaky good right now. And I think he, along with Sigma, I honestly thought the meta was going to be, you have a Bap, you have a Mercy, you have a Sojourn or an Ashe, you have a Sigma, and you sit on high ground. And it would just be a poke meta. That's what I assumed it was going to be, and I'm still kind of shocked that it's not. Especially because poke kind of does well against Zarya. So Zarya's just that good right now. You can even put in Torb into that poke meta as well. So, anyway, there's my tier list for the beginning of Season 15. You know, a couple weeks in. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. God bless. Bye.